Hello, true art believers. This is Pearson here today. I know it's been a few days since I've live streamed. Let's just say that I have decided to treat myself and actually get like 7 hours of sleep for the last few days. Unfortunately, because I've been giving myself, some much needed sleep and rest, it means that I haven't been able to do the drawings or spend time on my drawings, and that just kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. No joke. Like the only time I can actually draw is when everyone else is asleep and I have to get like 5 hours of sleep. So that's what I've been dealing with lately. Although I've managed to start drawing, I'm going to be drawing now, but it's only at the detriment of well, it's going to be slim pickings. Like I'm not going to be able to draw as long as I normally draw. So let me start off with a little intro like I normally do, and then we'll get started. So, anyways, as was saying earlier, is I haven't been able to draw because I've been in a conundrum, and that conundrum has been um, one second, sleeping, and that's one of the things I struggle with is where do I find the time to draw? And typically, like in the past, what I've been doing is I get up incredibly early, way before the average person gets up, and I draw, and or I work on my pieces, and it's just not it's it's very hard to maintain that early wake up call, especially when you are a let's say how can I say this? It's hard to maintain that wake up call when you go to bed late, not because you choose to go to bed late, but because of certain things he expects. So like I have a job that forces me to stay up later than I normally stay up. And I think this is the pin I was using, the busted pin. I have this brush. It's called like the busted pin brush. I think that was the one I was using prior. So I don't know what I'm doing with this. I've been having some ideas about it, but I'm not set on it. I need to turn on the volume on this music here. Like I just want it as like background noise. If it's too loud, then I tend to talk too loud, and then if I'm talking too loud, then I can't. I don't know. It feels like I can't hear myself. So I had some ideas. I had some ideas regarding what I'm gonna do, and I think it has to do with like using the ruler. And I had this idea of using the ruler for something, for like I don't know. What layer does this do? What layer is that? So I have this layer here. It's kind of like just hanging out here. I thought I made a. It's been a few days, so I don't know where everything's at. Oh, I see it. I had a. Oh, why is that there? Ew, that's like a. Okay, all right. Okay, that makes sense. Let's rename that so I know what it is. It's a highlight. We'll call it a highlight. So I had an idea about using lines or stripes because that's typically what I would do with my paintings is use stripes. Uh, but we may or may not. I don't know. It all depends. So this whole background biz is very new. Anyways, as I was saying, this is what happens when you have me start so late in the day. Like I have no clue what to do. I'm like I'm out of my element. I haven't even started yet. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? Because I've been like typically I'm always used to start drawing in the morning, but now I'm more concerned like will I have the time to finish any of the stuff that I want to start? And that's what I'm kind of worried about. It's like, will I have time to even finish this because of the because I'm when I do drawings like this in the around 1 or 2, I risk having to stop abruptly because I have priorities, man. I have to watch over my kid, you know, and typically because of that, I can't just go about and do random art things. I have to watch over, take care of my kid, and make sure that she's fed, and not getting into a bunch of shenanigans, right? So like that's why I have to draw in the morning, and I'm not gonna lie, it does make things hard. It makes things harder. You know, it does make things a lot harder. So I don't know what I'm doing. I had some ideas for doing stripes or something, or with the like some sort of stripe or striation. If I don't get anything done at the very like with I don't get anything done with this 20 minutes or 30 minutes of drawing time. The thing is, the drawing's done. Like I'm satisfied with the background that I can leave it as is, and I'll start another drawing. I'll just say, hey, I'm done for the day. But at least with the thing is with this, I'm doing some experimentation, and that's what I've been trying. I want to play around with is this experimentation, and if it pans out, great. If it doesn't pan out, I'm not gonna like sweat over it. Uh, but I was trying to. I've been thinking about this. How can I make this interesting? What can I do? Um, and typically, I've been doing like these organic type of things. These might like these. I guess. More abstract, brushy stroke type stuff. And I'm trying to see if I can add a little bit more like rigidity to it, or a little bit more like a grid structure, a little bit more structure to it. I'm just trying to see what I can do, and we'll see. We'll see what happens in this time. See if this is something I'll pursue in the future. I'm not going to cover. Obviously, I'm not covering over the whole cat. I'm setting up a subtle structure here, and I'm gonna play around with levels, and then I'm gonna erase like 80% of it. Like I'm gonna erase half of this. So I kind of like that. Color dodge is kind of neat. This has an effect. What about linear dodge? Glow. Glow's kind of cool because it has that. It darkens up the areas. What about soft glow? I think I might go with glow or color dodge and play around with that. Um, Yeah, glow and color dodge have like no differences. I think glow darkens it up a little bit in certain areas. We'll go glow, and then and just in case I mess up, if that's something I don't want to do, I'll duplicate the layer and I'll close one. And this is how messed up I am right now. I actually am so used to drawing in the mornings. I actually was going to reach for some coffee, and I don't have any coffee near me, and I'm a little sad about that. So that's like. So we're going to use a hard brush or a hard eraser, I think, and just basically, is that a hard eraser? What did I do? What's going on here? What is this? Hard eraser copy. And it's not erasing. Do I have to use the back of this? Am I on the layer? Oh, I see what I did there. I see what's going on is I have the ruler there, and the ruler is was inhibiting where I could work. So this is something I saw someone do, where you create like these I don't know, little accidents. But then again, I don't know. I absolutely don't know how much I want to keep, how little I want to show. I heard you want to kind of erase most of it and leave only a little bit around and avoid it being on the face. So what I probably need to do is, what I want to do is I want to have it kind of trail off. I know this seems kind of silly doing this over and over again, but I'm going to focus it predominantly on the cat's face. Focus the erasures on the cat's face, and then maybe leave some of the not that. I hate how the darn stylus does its little thing where it thinks, oh, if you press the little button right here, there's two buttons right here, and they're really annoying when you press them. Like they start doing actions that you don't want them to do, and I don't like that. So like I want that to stop. Please stop with that. You're just ruining my buzz. You're ruining my drawing buzz, whatever that is. I'm buzzed on drawing. So it's really just kind of like, how much do I remove, right? So I gotta maybe be a little bit more sparing on the body here, like a little bit here. Yeah, so something like that. I'll leave those stripes there. And then there's something that I've been thinking about doing that I could try is if I can, what I could do is I need to take all of this. We're going to make a group. I'm going to select these layers here. Delete that layer. There's nothing. Select these layers. And this is something I've seen done before. And we're shoot, we gotta shift, select those layers. No, select the layers, not the group. I gotta select these layers. I'm gonna move them all in this one group here. Close them. I'm gonna copy the group. I gotta copy the group. Duplicate the group, right? Where'd you go? Okay, group 2, 1. I didn't even label it. Background. Jeez, I need to. Oh, what am I doing? This is how little I remember what I've done. I've already made that into a group. That's so stupid of me. So I put a group inside the background group. You don't need that. Since it's already in a group, I'll save. Okay, now we'll delete that layer. Okay, we got the background. Collapse the background. Duplicate the group. Unfortunately, you can't see that on the screen. I'm trying to narrate it. So I'm duplicating the group. So I have two background grouped layers. I'm going to close one of them. So if I close both of them, you don't have anything. You just have that. right? And then you have two backgrounds. Now what you're going to do is I'm going to see if I can this is always the thing about Photoshop and Sketchbook Pro is like you can't it's hard to bring everything up front. There we go. This background's up front now. We're going to bring up the foreground here. Okay. Now, this is the background's the foreground now. Oh, we're going to bring it down past the foreground here. See if this works. Nope, it's not that. These layers are so touchy. So I made a group of foreground and called the foreground, and I didn't have anything in it. This is what happens when you I'm so used to drawing in the morning. I can't explain that. I can't stress that enough. It's like, hey, now why can I? Okay, so I can't touch anything with the correct. What if I were to collapse? I'm going to merge the background group into one, and that way I can do something with it. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. So I wanted to basically, we're going to see, yeah. So that's the background right now, and I want to use a soft eraser to kind of create a cool fade. So we're going to use the hard eraser right now. We're going to use the hard eraser on most of this right here to erase most of the background. But we're going to go to the edge here because this is something I kind of thought about doing or heard about doing or heard from another artist. And I'm trying to make my own spin where I make a kind of a fade, make it feel like there's a halation effect around. I'm going to take the soft brush. I'm going to this is really new to me. I probably, anyways. What we need to do is really. Okay, I didn't think that was going to happen. We're going to try harder. I thought the fade would be much stronger. Let's try now. Okay, a little bit better. So I'm trying to. And this background needs to be showing. There we go. That's a little bit what I was looking for, where the background right here kind of makes there's a tension between the background and the foreground. So it feels like it puts more of a focus on the cat, but not by a lot. It's just a little bit, right? Puts more of the focus on the cat. I probably should now that I learned what I'm doing, we're gonna back up quite a bit. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna back up quite a bit. There we go. Then we're gonna show the background again, so I can know have a better idea of what I'm doing. And then we're just gonna erase it slowly with the hard edge first. Look at that hard edge. Because I think I want to show a lot of the head, but around where the neck is at, I think I could do with having more of the background showing. And the foreground right here is a little bit okay. Now we're going to kind of we're going to try to see this through here. So this is like a new thing I've been thinking about, and I wonder how it would turn out. I'm not dead set on it, but I thought it'd be kind of interesting to see if I can have more tension between the background and foreground and have more like connection between the colors. And I thought this would be like an easy kind of fix. And there's some promise. It just feels, to some extent, it feels like there's more of a glow than I'd like it to have, you know. But I think it helps with the like, so like this. I kind of dig it. Like it feels like there's a glow here. Maybe I need to, oops, shrink down that eraser and have that glow kind of show around here, so it feels like it's wrapping around the face some. So that's what I was trying to get, you know. So now that I know, I've done it twice. So I've done it twice. I think so. I've done it twice. So I think I like that around here, and I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna kind of miff it for a second. I'm just gonna copy this color. I'm gonna copy that bright teal right here, and I'm going to create like an airbrush effect on the ear on the right side, and the bottom ear. So that's what I want to kind of have, that kind of like a little bit of a glow. And I'm going to add some pixels back in. You know, just a little bit. Okay, I've got a little. So that helps a little bit. Now I have an idea. Again, this goes back with using the background to my benefit. So copying the background, merging it again, and bringing it up, because there's that like there's that cool texture from the red. Like that. I think I need to find that. Maybe get that rock and get some pink and just do it. Okay. All right. We don't even need to do that. We'll just make another layer and put it on top. Get that like get like a pink, this pink here, and then get that cool little rock texture. I kind of like that texture. Where was it? It's somewhere around here. It's like a weird. That's close. That might be the right texture. I don't know. I have several like rock textures that are like interesting. And what you do is going to expand it up, do a little bit of this, right, a little rock texture, and then play around with colors, tones, and such. Get that, some of those happy mistakes back in there. So there's some neat little things that happen here. This is something I like to do. This is something I've been trying to do. Well, not trying to do, but it's something I've been fiddling around with and seeing what would be a cool kind of thing to. Right, just see. I always like to go overboard, as you've seen from some of my other drawings. Is like I typically go a little overboard before I know what not to do. It's like that's probably a little too much, you know. And they're like, "Yeah, you're going overboard." Like, Never go overboard. So just playing around with textures, and so we maybe zoom out a little bit. So just like stuff I'm playing around with. So I don't mind it. Like the cat is where I wanted the cat to kind of be. Is like I wanted the cat to be focused, but I also wanted to kind of like coming out, right? Coming out of the background, but not like the background being overly too much, you know. Again, I typically go overboard almost like 80% of the time. And I can't help it. I just can't help it. I just can't help going overboard. Just like going putting in details that aren't there, you know. I wish, I really wish like I was one of those artists that could put like when they put details there, it's actually there and it actually makes it more realistic. But for some odd reason, I just can't. I don't see those things. I don't see the. I don't see those details. So what's this do? Oops, it's a draft pen. It's a manga draft pen. There's a manga line art pen. I wish you could see the effects that I'm looking at because that would make more sense. It's looking pretty good. What do you think? What do you think it needs to be done? You know, like what should I be doing? Really? Because I don't know. I think it's going to be a few. I don't know. I don't know what's going to be. It's almost done. Uh, I think we'll only spend an hour on it, so I'm about halfway through. And in all honesty, I probably only have an hour because I'm looking down, I'm checking the little baby monitor, and yeah. Anyways, let's see here. Let's go back. We're searching. I haven't done anything. I've been talking. Sorry. I need to find that busted fountain ink. What's this look like? If we make it large. I got a busted fountain ink brush. Maybe that's what I need. And maybe that's not the color. I fancy pink. And then what if you were to take the layer itself? This is something I don't typically do. Is I'm going to scale the layer. Ooh, too much scaling. And what you can do is we can maybe scale a little bit more. Do it again. Just take the eraser and erase most of this out of the way. Or maybe you just take that layer and we're going to take the whole layer and move it in the back. I wish you could just move the layer through into put it in the background. Well, now you can't see it. So let's stop that. That's not a choice. It's going to go all the way through. So we go back to the layer here and we'll just erase it. Using a smaller eraser and see what happens. No, we will not do that, sir. Some people don't like I got some comments saying you need to that color is very distracting. You need to remove it. It's taken away from the focus, you know. And I've been trying to play around with this where I remove a lot of it, you know, like 80% of it. Like remove 80% of it, but like leave these like flakes in there, because for one, I think it makes me a little uncomfortable and uneasy to do that. And you got you got to make yourself a little uncomfortable with your drawing. You can't be like, oh, this is what I do. It's always in a very nice comfort zone. I'm always in this the stage of the drawing where I'm in total control, right? You know, and you got to make it feel like you have a little bit more at stake. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's just me. No, I'm gonna zoom in real quick. So we'll use a different eraser. We'll use the soft, like the soft eraser that kind of creates a fade. Oops, wrong one. Do I have the right eraser? Okay, I do. Okay, I'm trying to see what I'm erasing. It's kind of hard. It's hard to tell because it's erasing inconsistently. Well, maybe I just have to do this. We'll just we'll just do what I was planning on doing. Just kind of make it seem like it comes off the edge. I don't know. Let's get the faded one. It's kind of this is the trouble I have. I clearly don't use the eraser a lot. And I'm probably getting a little micro with that, so we're just going to dial it back and back away. Yeah, maybe that might be it, man. I don't know. I tried something a little bit different, you know. Maybe let's go look around here and see if I've kind of went overboard. I don't know. But I don't know. I think I might be done with it. I guess I could fiddle with some stuff. It's tough. It's a tough spot. Uh, oh, I'll do what I typically do, which is add some specks. We'll add some specks, little bitty, very insignificant specks. Maybe make them yellow or teal or something. I don't know. We'll go do another layer like I normally go on the top, and we'll do the whole specky specks. See what those look like. Okay, yeah. And typically, what maybe see what this looks like. Okay, and we'll go. We'll add a layer, and then let's do. So I typically do something like this. We'll put some like and perhaps I'm going a little overboard. I don't know. Let's see if we do some like some overlay. What's that look like? And then we'll just mess around with settings. And perhaps I am going overboard. Perhaps I'm covering up too much. And I have to do this. I really do. It has to be done. Like it has to be one of those things you do. to really know when you're going too far. Like, is overlay, like, I don't know, like, I think I kind of like overlay. What if we do soft light? Soft light's kind of like a very passive. Hard light, nah. What if we do hue? Hue makes the color too gray. Saturation makes it orange. That's kind of cool. Ish. What if I do a little saturation, kind of dilute it? I don't know. What about color? What's that do? Luminosity. Yeah, it typically makes things like brown. So I'm going to darken. How's that look? Multiply. So this is what I typically do with my last things that I'm working on. I might do some erasing. I got a few things I'm looking at. I'm not fancying too much. I'll probably go back to that. I do like the linear burn dust on top right here. Not so much on I like the linear burn on the background, kind of. A little bit, but I don't know. I always typically go back to glow though. Or just delete that layer. Try it again. It might be glow. I don't know what. I think I like just I like making things kind of sparkly, I guess. I don't know. That just might be a thing that I kind of do. Let's make things kind of like. So let's put a little glow here. Okay. I'm just trying to think about like what's too much, and I don't know. So we're getting there. I think I'm getting to the point where like it's feeling like a little much. So the specs, I like to play around with it and just get enough. So I do a little bit of pin pressure to kind of get just enough like variety and like what's happening. Sometimes it gets a little too responsive, and sometimes yeah. And I want to do one thing that has been my trademark for a while, and that's been adding like just a horizontal line on the bottom, it's like a little bitty just line on the bottom that uh, can just I don't know why I do it. I just think it just feels like adding like another layer. Perhaps it's a little redundant or a little much for this one, but I kind of like the glowing effect that's going on with this, so I'm not disappointed with it. Again, I like playing around with these effects, and they're just kind of fun. And as you kind of notice, they're a little flashy, not too flashy. Uh, I do have my own aesthetic, and I think this is kind of one of the things I've been doing is that so very thin. It could be a line this thick, and we'll just take like we'll just see what colors we have available to us. Typically, try to stay with the color palette that I've used. So maybe I'll test that out, and we'll just do like a paint bucket, and we'll just lighten it, or perhaps it's got to be this, some like or perhaps it's got to be this, where you And I think that's a little much. What I'm going to do is we're going to do the same thing, but only we're going to go, it's going to be just a, no, 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 no. We don't want that. Stop that. Whatever that was. Okay, we want this. We do the same thing. Just a little line though, not a dark one. And we'll try seeing how that looks. What if I did yellow? I never we try yellow and then just playing around with that. I don't really like how yellow does the darken thing, but maybe a glow would be kind of interesting. A little glow. Linear dodge. It's a little vivid for my liking. Maybe like one of these colors, but maybe it's slightly different. Like goes a little bit bluer. You know. So I just do something like that and just mess around with the layer, and I might make it a little bit more transparent. Like this might be kind of cool. A linear burn adds a weird like polarity there. Just changes it. It's just enough someone maybe they can see it. I don't know. And again, I don't know if this is something I want to do, but I think I might do it because it makes me a little uncomfortable. I think one of the reasons why, one of the main big reasons why I add that little strip there, because it bugs me just enough that I don't want to have it in there. It bugs me just enough that I don't want to have it there, but I should because it bugs me. That's one of the things I do is I do something on purpose because it bugs me so much. Like there's this blue here. I might have to find where that layer. There's something right here, right here. I might have to keep that in there because now I'm noticing things. I didn't notice it until now, but it bugs me. That bugs me so much. Oh, I did not mean that to happen. It's kind of cool though. There you go. What if we do it twice? I'm a fan of the glow, bro. That's a little bit more inconspicuous. Just a little bitty hyper saturation of pink. Yeah, we might just keep that. Now, what I want to do is I think I want to erase that blue on that guy, on the cat's front there. I don't think I need that. It might be here. Okay, it's there. Maybe not as big. So it's still there, just a little bit more sedated. Yeah. So I think that's it. I don't know. I think I'm done. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. And this is what I do. So I'm looking at what, yeah, I'm on the, right now, what I'm doing is what's helped me kind of get a bird's eye view of it is now I'm actually in the website browser where I'm streaming my video, and now it's showing a micro view of it, and I'm kind of seeing it from a really far distance, and I kind of like it like this. What do you think? So the last thing I do is this: I'm gonna, I'm gonna go in there and give my signature. Let's go up here. And for the longest while, I was giving my signature. I was giving my signature. go here. Like I was using a hand or what would you call it? I was getting my signature using the text feature, but now it's been hand drawn. Something I'm not typically proud of. And this is where it bugs me a lot is what I never know where to place it. You think that's a good place to place it? It's a little tiny. That's another thing. Is that too tiny? Do you think that's too tiny of a signature? Think it goes be bolder? I typically like to not have it like front face and center. I don't want it to be distracting. I think I've heard a lot of people say that you don't want to make it too distracting or too out there. So this is something I always struggle with. Like, what color do I use for my text, my signature? And I've actually I would do it multiple times. Like, so now what I'm going to do is let's just mess with the layers. Oh, you can't see it with soft glow or glow or color dodge. Multiply. What about multiply? Color burn, linear burn. We'll do linear burn so it feels like it's kind of merging, and then we'll do this. Make it a little larger. Just because. Bam. No one sees it anyways. Did I make it blurrier when I enlarged it? That sucks. I don't want to do that. Well, let's do that. Leave it like that. Who cares? Okay, I think I'm done. Do you think I should make... Whoa. There we go. Do you think I should make the text bigger? Whoever's watching? We'll see. Okay, I think I'm done for the day. I want to say thank you for everyone that's watched. If you want to commission me, contact me, DM me, and then I'll put you in the lineup. So I think I'm done for the day. Take a break, see, and then maybe take a nap. I don't know. We'll see. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you.